All right, everybody. Welcome to this call, this opportunity call. We're excited for everybody to be here tonight. We're excited for you to hear about Common Sense Wellness Worldwide, a company that is getting some traction. And I'm telling you what, big things are starting to happen. Tonight, I'm excited to welcome to you the host. I'm not the host, but the speaker of this call that's going to give us really what is happening here. He's brand new, not brand new in Common Sense. He's been here for a couple of months. He's not brand new to this industry. You guys, he's been successful. He knows how to build this business, and he is excited about what is happening here. He took a look at this company and watched it for about 10 months before he jumped in. He got excited about what was happening here at Common Sense. And you guys, tonight it's my pleasure to bring to you Jeff Jenson.
Thanks, Nate. I appreciate it. As Nate said, I'm no stranger to this industry, but I've been out of it for a long time. And I kind of had one of those stories, no stranger to business, as what I should say, because I built a couple of pretty good sized businesses in my career. And so when Nate originally approached me with this opportunity last February, I waited until October to get started, and I've built a couple other sizable businesses. Today, I run a vacation rental management company in Lake Tahoe. I've got an AI technology company that's a SaaS company as well. But I saw this as just a giant opportunity, and I'll tell you why. There's really 5 reasons and 5 things that I look for in any business that I get involved in. And the first one is leadership. And so on that first call with Nate, he introduced me to Joe Melling, and I was impressed. You know, Joe told me that he started this company debt free with his partner Richard O'Brien. They've never taken outside money from any investors. They never will. They never have any plans to go public, and all those things made my radar go up a bit, and I got pretty excited at that point. But we tried the products first, so that's kind of the next thing I want to cover. We got great leadership. They've got a company set up that they never planned to sell. It's going to be a legacy company for us, and so it's not going anywhere. So it's one of those that you build it once and it's there for your life. So I was super excited about that. But the products is what really got me excited. I've got ADD and ADHD, and runs in my family. I pass it on to my daughters. And what I saw when they started taking Brain Sense was pretty incredible. They just really made a difference in their education and their schooling and their ability to focus and all that stuff. So I went along for about 8 months just on the product as a family, put everybody on it eventually. And then I said, okay, in October, let's get started, Nate. And so the products, I've just fallen in love with like a half a dozen or more of them. As a family, we probably take 8 to 10 of the products. All of them are great. You know, the coffee, from the coffee to the energy drinks. You know, we drink healthy energy drinks instead of the other garbage that's out there. And so from the greens in the morning, that's how I start my morning every day. Then I go to the coffee. Then I do a Motivate and a joint product that's helped my joints a bunch because I'm an athlete. And so that all worked really well for me. And from there, I look at the compensation plan. And these guys, they were committed to pay out 50 cents on every dollar from day one. And they've done that. They typically in these companies, breakage goes up to the corporate level and these guys give it back to us. So they're truly committed to 50 cents on every dollar to start the company off, to keep costs low. They ship the first 10 or more million dollars out of Joe Melling's dining room. And so that to me just meant, okay, low overhead without a big corporate office like most of these companies have. That means more money back to us. So I'm super excited about that. Then the global bonus program that they've got set up. Most of these companies pay 5 or 6%. These guys are committed to pay 29% of those global bonuses out. And these guys have done this business. Joe Melling 3 different times before this one, and Richard O'Brien 4 different times. Richard made $13 million in 11 years in another company called Zango that was out there. But they really are committed to paying out a lot of money. Richard told me a couple weeks ago in St. George at an event, which is where I happen to be in my horse trailer today, that his goal is to get those quarterly bonuses to the place where every single time you get one of them, you could buy a new house if you wanted to at the top of this compensation plan. So the compensation plan is set up better than anything I've ever seen. The other thing they did, instead of paying a lot on the front line where you don't have a lot of people and a little on the bottom where you have your mass, they flipped it and said, we're going to pay you a little bit on the front line, but we're going to pay you a lot 9 levels deep. And so that was super exciting to me. The fourth thing I look for in these companies is how sticky are they? You know, once you go out and you do your job and you bring somebody into this business, how well do they stick around? And with, first off, the products, that Brain Sense product that I mentioned has an 82% reorder rate, which is unheard of. And then their retention rate in this company has been greater than 50%. I was talking to some guys that are industry experts. They service this industry, and what the other companies are seeing out there is more like 20%. How do we do that? Well, they do it with community and they do it with training. And so everything from the CS mentoring app that Joe built, and he told Nate 5 years ago when they started this company that was coming. There's now over 400 testimonials on there from people that have built this business, and you can listen to those every single day and get more and more excited about what other people are doing in this business. But then they also do a book club every Saturday morning. And that book club, if right now it's The Science of Getting Rich, read the same book every day for 2 weeks. And then we talk about it every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. And so they've created this community that is really sticky, and people are not leaving Common Sense. They're staying here. And then the fifth thing that I look at is, okay, what's the state of the economy? Is this a good time to do this business? I can say that when I look at the economy today, credit card, debt is at all-time high levels. People are out there, they're struggling, they're wanting to make more money. And so by doing this, the timing is about as great as it could be. So that's kind of it for me, Nate. Those are the 5 things I look for in a business. I'd love to hear a little bit about your business and why you're here and what you've done in the last 5 years.
You bet, Jeff. I absolutely love listening to you talk about all that, Jeff. But I'll tell you what, as you asked me to talk just a little bit about how this business has been different for me, you guys, I got involved many years ago in this profession. Okay, I went through 3 or 4 different companies. And never really had a whole lot of success. But do you know what I was really interested in? Do you know what really caught my attention was residual income. I thought, man, if you could build residual income, and as Jeff talks about this, the diamond lifestyle, okay, where you got mailbox money and that money's coming in. And I thought, what would I do? I would be a full-time dad. I would have this horse ranch. I'd have all these things. I could keep going, right? But you guys, I didn't believe that could happen for me. But when I got here to Common Sense and Joe told me we were building this company and it was going to be debt free and the personal development and the community and all these things, the comp plan that really was going to work, that, was really going to pay what we said it was going to pay, and all these things, my belief level got high enough that I made the decision that I was actually going to do this. That was the magical thing that I did. I made the decision that I was going to do this because I didn't want to do a lot of things that it took to build this business. They're easy, but I didn't want to do them. But I made that decision and I got busy. Well, do you know what happened, you guys? My life changed. And the reason why my life changed is because you know what? It started to work for me. The business started to grow. The comp plan started to pay me. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is incredible. Well, when I realized that this could really work and my belief level really started to take off, my wife says this all the time. Do you know what, Nathan? You want to see people win more than they want to win themselves. You want to see people make money more than they want to make money themselves. And so, do you know what I thought? I thought, you know what? I want to see other people rank up. You know what? I can tell you several people on this call right now that have ranked up, that have starting to make checks and starting to change their lives. You know what I mean? And so that is what excites me every day is getting on the phone and just, this is business. This is business, Jeff, being around people that are growing and that are becoming more and that are making money and that are having life-changing experiences with our products. Last night's call, all those stories of people changing their lives is just a lot of fun. And yes, Jeff, this money, that common sense is starting to pay out, is starting to change my life, and I love seeing it change other people's lives as well. So, thank you for having me on the call.
You bet. The next person we're going to hear from is T. Bennett. T, tell us a little bit about your why in this business and how you're doing with it.
Thank you, Jeff, for having us on and doing this for everybody. This is a great opportunity. So I tell you what, my why, it gets just a little bit bigger every day. Being able to spend time with you guys and learn and to learn to dream big, because that's what it's all about. You know, if we can, like Shannon said last night on the call last night, if we can think it in our mind, we can hold it in our hand. And the more I think about that is, you know what, it's like Nate just talked about horse ranches, and it'd be the coolest thing, and this is my why, right? So it'd be the best thing is I want a ranch. I want to be able to run my cows. I want to be able to have some horses that turned out in a pasture. I want to be able to travel to rodeos with my kids and take them everywhere they want to go. Disneyland, any place like that. That's my why, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger every day. I think about it, and how cool would it be to be able to come home from a rodeo and know we have one in a week or two. So have somebody staying home to exercise horses for us or take care of the ranch because we want to go on vacation somewhere. But if you don't have something like this backing you, it's pretty hard to be able to afford those kinds of things. And after 5 years of being in this business, I truly believe that this is the key. This is the vehicle that's going to take us to those places. I'm going to be able to afford anything I want with the comp plan, and it's going to pay us the way that I mean, however much money you want to make, you know. And so that's what I'm most excited about. That is my why. I'm excited to lock arms with you guys and anybody else that's ready to join us and run at their dreams as well. Because after 5 years, we've built an awesome foundation that I know we can help people get in this vehicle too and take them and help them chase their dreams as well. Thank you, Jeff.
I love it. I love it. Thanks, T. Appreciate it. And the next one I'm gonna throw at you is gonna be a little bit of a surprise to her. But Melanie, are you available to give us a little bit of product testimonial about what happened with BrainSense in your family? I don't know. She might not be
Yes,
able to.
I'm here.
There you
So
are.
sorry, my camera's not on, but I will give you a product testimonial. Okay, so 11 years ago, we were with a company that had our BrainSense product. And that's where we got started in this industry. But we weren't interested in the business at first. But when we started our son on this product, we couldn't believe the difference it was making. And just to give you a little backstory, our son, he's a twin, and very early on in his life, we noticed that he had a lot of attention issues, anger issues, behavior issues. Everybody knew who we were at the school. Let me just tell you that. But we had had him on several medications. We had tried everything we could imagine, and nothing was working. And I heard about the micronutrient product, and we started him on it, and we couldn't believe what we were seeing. He started to be calmer. He started to focus at school. He, our home became more peaceful because it was so chaotic trying to manage him and what he was going through. And over a period of time, it just kept getting better and better. It's not like a medication that you put someone on and immediately they see this difference, but week after week, it started improving, and then month after month and year after year. And it's been almost 12 years, well, about 11 and a half years since. And now he's a business owner. He owns his own home. He's 22. And we don't know where we'd be without this product because it's totally changed his life as well as the rest of our family's lives. So we're super grateful for that.
Thank you so much, Melanie. And you say you weren't interested in building the business. Are you building the business today?
Yes, it took about 2 weeks, and everybody started asking what we were doing for him and what he was taking. And we were so passionate about sharing it with others because what we were seeing in our own family. And we jumped right into the business, both feet. And now we love helping people. We love helping people with the products. We love sharing the business opportunity because it's changed our we've had the extra money to do the things that we want to do. We've been able to go on free trips. We've just met these amazing people here in this community that have now become family to us. And we just are embracing the whole thing because we love everything from the products to the business and all of the people that we're meeting along the way.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And I'd like to get one more product testimonial from somebody you guys have already heard from, T. Bennett. T, give us a little product testimonial real quick.
Thanks, Jeff. Yeah, so I've actually got a pretty cool story. It's not mine, but it's one of my favorite right now, so I'm going to share it. There's a lady, she's a young mom, lives up in central Utah, and she has a really young daughter. Some of you might have heard this a couple weeks ago, but for the ones that haven't, this is an awesome, awesome story. Her daughter had some heart issues and some had grand mal seizures and stuff like that. They had her on all sorts of heart medication. This little girl is 3 years old, you guys, and she's been on medication since day one. And she has been looking for answers, and every time they take her back to primary children's for testing, they either up her dose or keep her on the same dose of the medication. And this poor lady was just praying for something to come into her life to help her. Well, Aubrey Porter, she's on the call tonight. She actually got in touch with her, and we got on a three-way call. We got a hold of Dr. Brady that's in our business, and he got us lined out on a pretty good path to help this little girl out. Well, fast forward, it's been about 2 months ago, and I think it was about 3 weeks ago she called us. So 2 months, she'd been on the products, and she calls me one day, and she is she's ecstatic, right? They'd walked out of primary children's, and the doctor ran some tests on her that day, and she says, on this little girl, and she says, listen, the doctor says, I don't know what you guys are doing, but keep doing it because it's working. She went in there, and they had no tests. The tests came up as no result of any seizures lately. The ones she had were very minimal. And I mean, this little girl had grand mal seizures, and the mom was noticing, sometimes she wasn't acting right, but she wasn't just going into seizures like she had been. And she had been on the brain sense and drinking sticks for 2 months. So 2 months being on the products completely changed this little girl's life and gave this mom hope, gave this family hope. And I tell you what, I've been sharing that story with everybody, because when you can share stories like that, like I'm sitting here with cold chills running down my back, you guys, when you can share stories like that actually help little kids, help families come together again and give hope, you change lives and people want to listen. So that's my favorite product story that I've heard in the last little while. And I just love sharing it because it works.
Awesome. Thanks, T. Well, in conclusion, wrapping this up, because I don't want to keep you guys too long tonight, there is a great opportunity to get involved with Common Sense and change some lives. And we would invite you to try the products if you haven't already. Get in touch with whoever put you on this call and talk to them about getting you some sticks and trying the products out. And, I would thank everybody for joining us tonight, and, look forward to meeting you guys and talking to you down the road. I think that's it. Nate, you got anything to add to that?
No, that was beautiful, Jeff. I'm just excited to be here and having a blast building this business. So it's good to see you. Look forward to working down the road, like I've said.
Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it.
Thanks,
Thank
Have
you.
a great night.
Thanks, Jeff.
Melanie,
Yeah.
you're awesome.
Good
Hey,
job.
thanks,
Melanie.
you guys.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Melanie.
Thanks. Thank you.